It's Monday, and Father Pat is with us. And Father, in your newsletter article this week, you focused on the sin of pride and how horrible it can be, and it can come upon us when we least expect it, when we're doing good for others. And I know you say we need to, and certainly this is the case. We need to do good for all the right reasons. Even Mother Teresa had a problem with pride.
Yeah, pride can so get in the way. In our gospel this week, it talked about Jesus observing people dropping things in the treasury. And the way the treasury in the temple was set up was so that as people dropped money into the thing, it would make a loud sound. The more money you dropped in to the treasury, the louder the sound would make. And so people started dropping money in there for the wrong reason, right? For the pride, so that people would look at them and say, "Oh, look, they're giving a lot of money." And Jesus highlights the poor widow, who just drops a little bit in. It didn't make a lot of money. Not a lot of people noticed, and she was obviously doing it for the right reason, right? That she knew the little bit she was dropping in there wouldn't bring any attention to herself. So she certainly wasn't dropping the money in to bring attention to herself, but she was giving from her heart. She was giving from the little she had. And even though she was giving a little, she was giving a lot, as Jesus says. And that's where we have to be careful, that we do things for the right reason. But then on the other hand, the devil can use that against us and cause us to doubt whether we should do a ministry or whether we should get involved in something because, well, maybe I'm doing it out of pride. And the answer isn't to not do it. The answer is to not give. The answer is to not be in ministry, right? The answer, that's not the answer. The answer is to do it, but to do it for the right motive, to bring it to prayer, to keep your heart clean, that, we want to continue to give, and pride will get in the way. And yeah, Mother Teresa even struggled with that, right? That as more and more attention was drawn to her, she could have easily said, look, I need to get out of this. I need to, I can't keep doing this ministry. I'm too prideful, whatever. But no, instead, she recognized that the media attention and all helped her ministry. And she focused that attention back into her ministry, into raising funds for the poor and reaching out and to teach the world what charity really means, And so that's the way it is. And it really all gets back to Mary's simple statement, right? My soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. If we always keep that attitude, that we always realize that whatever we accomplish, whatever we do, whatever ministry we're involved in, that it's not our accomplishment, that it's only by the grace of God. It's only because we are using the good gifts that God has given us, that we are being good stewards of those gifts, that the real honor here goes to God. And so everything we do, that's the first principle of Saint Ignatius, it's principle and foundation, that everything we do should be for the praise of God. When we use the gifts that God has given us, when we use those in a proper way, we are praising God. And so that's what our whole focus should be, is constantly on praising God by using the gifts, the talents, the time, the treasure that he has given us, to use it to honor him and to give back to him.
In St. Simon and Jude's ministry to the homeless, Moving Waters, we witnessed last week a man in downtown Houston who had received something to eat from some volunteers there. And in between the time that these people went out and got this food and brought it back to this man, another homeless man showed up. And the people gave this man two sandwiches. And then the other man there expressed the fact that he had he didn't, he was hungry. Did the volunteers have anything for him? and they didn't. And but the man who received the sandwiches reached into his bag and gave one of his sandwiches to the man who had nothing. And it was sort of the gospel in real time.
That's so beautiful, right? You know, that's what the point is, right? I mean, he gave from his nothingness. I mean, he didn't give to give honor or thing, but he just gave freely to that other man. And that's what the point is.
That's right.
Right.
Father, thank you for your words today.
All right, we'll see you.
Talk to you later.
Thank you.